Go live, bitch.
Fuck you, Highdeology.
What, dude? Don't say that to our patrons, TJ.
Garbage.
Don't say fuck you to our patrons ever, TJ.
Dildonicus has spoken.
Tiltonicus, dude. Dildonicus,
The Defiler.
the defiler. Is that what your name is? Dildonicus, the defiler. Okay.
It's got a nice little ring to it.
Why, hello there, folks. It's late, so there's probably not many of you who are gonna see this, which is a shame, but whatever. It's for the night owls only, I guess.
The patron night owls.
Yeah. We just got back from playing D&D.
How long did that take? Like 4 hours?
I don't think it was 4 hours, but it was longer than I thought it was going to be for sure. But whatever. I mean, you're supposed to like do this once a week, you know what I mean, where you meet and do it. So it makes sense to try and get 3 hours or so in. Try and get through one little chunk of the campaign each time you meet. It was fun though. So TJ played a what? I'm streaming for everybody. This is for the five. This is for all patrons tonight. Yeah, I did a $10 patron thing last night. Yeah, so the chef's table people got a long ass fucking stream last night, and there was only like 10 of them in there. So it's like an intimate stream, but we chilled for a while last night. Yeah, and they've been getting like little blurbs from me here and there through Patreon. You what? Oh, cool. Yeah, on the Discord. Cool. Yeah, let them know what's up.
$5 patrons. $10 patrons. $1 million patrons.
Oh my god.
Are you stuffy again? Yeah. Go jump in that bath and take a nice steamy hot shower or bath or something. You what? Yeah, okay. Well, when she's done, just go in
I
there.
killed 30 people.
No, you didn't. So, yeah, we played D&D. TJ played a fighter whose name is Dildonicus, and he has like a giant dildo for a club.
It's an axe, dude.
A dildo axe, sorry. And
Dildo axe.
he insisted that he has a dildo of power up his ass. Nobody knows about it. So that was his character. Scotty played a wizard. I can't remember what his name was. He had some like Mithravankus or some shit.
It was like Malscaticus.
Yeah, oh yeah, Malscaticus. Yeah. So Scotty played like an elf wizard. He's like a lawful evil elf wizard. TJ's a chaotic evil human fighter. Taylor plays a rogue named 13, which is the edgiest shit you've ever heard in your entire life. Ashley plays a tiefling gunslinger, like sniper, named Meredith. And I play a big, fat, stinky bear druid
With no name.
with no name.
But whose secret name is Forrest.
Yeah, or bear, or whatever you want to call me. But yeah, so it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I think it'll be better once we kind of get the flow of playing the game and learn to like let Stevie move it along. Or Stevie learns to move it along a little quicker. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we're hard to rein in.
Yeah, everybody wants to do everything at once. But it was good times. Paul, we are going to rage tonight. Really? Really? Just the patrons are going to rage? Who DM'd your campaign? Stevie did. Stevie did. Dude, we did some crazy shit. We all got stolen away and we woke up in cages dangling above the floor. And then we had to go through this fucking gauntlet of horrors, like
skeletons.
There was
Baphomets and fucking
like there was a cave that split at one point, and one of the cave entrances was actually the mouth of a giant worm. And like fucking like every time we ran into something, all of us pretty much did the right thing, which was run away from it and try to escape this crazy dungeon we were trapped in. But fucking Taylor, dude. Taylor's character kept like, if we were all like, we run away because we don't want to fuck with anything back there, like, she would be like, I stay. And so she'd almost get killed and we'd have to go save her.
Over and over.
Like over and over. And then like, you know, all of us, like we ran into a lust demon at one point and all of us passed the save throw except her. So she got enchanted by the lust demon and walked right into the fucking lair. So we all had to fight a bunch of crazy naked cultists. And then there was a fucking demon. Well, that was TJ's bad though. There was like, we finally reached like the center of this complex and there's this demon
It
goat.
wasn't really that wasn't my bad, dude.
Dude, it was your bad for sure.
Dude,
so-
that fucking
no.
went away,
It
dude.
wasn't my bad. You like sawed his head off.
You know what? I killed one of his little minions. He looked at me, fucked my shit up. Yeah, you had to save me, but you know what? It opened up the door, dude, because there was a fucking passage behind him. So
What,
when he
dude, the
moved-
door was always open. And,
Yeah, but when he moved, it revealed the passage, and no one could see it because everyone kept rolling low on perception.
have you guys thought about streaming some D&D for patrons? I know Taylor filmed quite a bit of it, not the whole campaign, but
Yeah, but in the future,
yeah.
we're gonna like do it on like camera or whatever.
yeah, maybe as like a little extra for $10 patrons or
I
something.
think we were trying to get the ropes down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all learned a little bit about how the game is played tonight. So next time we play, it'll be a lot easier to go do it. But yeah, Taylor filmed quite a bit of it. I'm pretty sure she's gonna put that up for you guys at some point, so you guys will get to see us playing a little bit. Dude, we rolled a lot of 20s tonight.
And Marshall Manson just sat there and watched the whole thing.
Well, whatever. He didn't get to roll a character, but yeah, that's true. I chilled with Marshall pretty much all day today. He got here around 6:30 or 7.
Yeah, I really didn't get to talk to him too much.
That's fine. You went out to dinner, but yeah, I chilled with him here for most of the day. He's a cool cat, and he's really stoked about tomorrow. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
He showed us his Hail, His Majesty the Sun beat.
Oh yeah, dude. He made a beat for a rap that I'm gonna be working on. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, he's cool. We chilled today. What else did we do today? Fuck, we went to eat.
We went to Roscoe's.
Yeah, we went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles
That was cool.
and ate chicken and waffles, and that was
Damn,
good.
It was slow.
What do you mean it was slow?
It was fucking like 2 hours in there, dude.
Oh well, yeah. I mean that's one thing around here. You can't
Called
roll.
it Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles eventually.
Whatever, dude. It was delicious when it got there, wasn't it?
Delicious. I'll give it that.
That's all that matters, dude.
It's not all that matters.
Dude, we
but
waited
it's
fucking
nice.
like we waited like an hour for those pupusas last
Yeah,
night.
that was way too long for me too.
But what are you gonna do, dude?
Service is just slower around here.
That does seem to be the case.
But whatever. It's like Europe. You just gotta get used to the fucking pace of shit. Different places move at different paces.
DJ's not looking for anything. He's just doing his pace, dude.
I'm just pacing around. I had to sit in one place for a while, so now I'm just pacing. Plus I drank a bunch of caffeine, so I'm trying to get a little tired.
DJ's trying to work himself down, trying to bring himself down. It's kind of what I'm doing too. Trying to smoke this joint and allow myself to mellow out and chill out a little bit here.
We watched Face Off yesterday.
Yeah, we watched Face Off yesterday. I watched almost all of 2 movies today. I watched about 2/3 of Heat. I didn't quite get through Heat. And I watched almost all of Hellboy 2 and the Golden Army. Just kind of chilled.
Heat sucks.
Shut up, TJ. You slept through it.
Yeah, 'cause it sucks.
You're full of fucking shit, TJ. It's one of the greatest, like, it's great ass caper movie. It's great gangster film. It's got some of the best shootouts ever filmed in it.
Boring.
Dude, you didn't see any, whatever. You didn't even watch it. You fell asleep in the first 5 minutes of the movie. You can't say a movie's boring. Your ass fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep. It was boring. It was an exciting movie, I wouldn't have fallen asleep.
You weren't even paying attention to it. You were reading your phone.
I saw enough, dude.
You didn't see shit.
I saw that.
You read your
ass-
phone through the first 10 minutes of the movie and then
that
fell
tepid
asleep.
ass generic Robert De Niro fucking performance.
Tepid?
Yeah, Val Kilmer's fucking dull ass fucking bullshit.
Dull. Alright, dude. Whatever. Heat is great, dude.
The only fucking one that kind of stole the show was Henry Rollins' character.
Henry Rollins has like 5 seconds in this movie.
Dude, I was like, whoa, it's Henry Rollins. I didn't expect him in there, so it was like kind of cool. I'm like, oh, Henry Rollins.
You're such a piece of shit, TJ.
Who else had a good one? Oh, you know, John Boy was pretty cool.
Well, everybody in the movie's pretty cool. That's the whole point of the movie. You missed both of the big shootouts in the film.
No, I didn't. I saw him.
No, you didn't.
I saw him. The guy was like, pew pew.
Oh yeah, okay. That you definitely saw him then. The guy was like pew pew.
That reminds me kind of a story about like Ewan McGregor shooting the fucking prequels and shit. He said like he was constantly, it was like an issue where he'd like make the lightsaber noises while he was doing the stuff.
Oh, he's like, zzz.
They'd have to constantly be like, Ewan, stop, dude, because he'd be like, you know, they'd be like, you don't have to do that.
What the fuck?
It's hard not to, man.
That's got to be the sign of somebody that's mentally challenged on some level, dude. There's no way. Like he's got to know that he shouldn't be making the noises while he's doing the moves and shit. That they add that in post. Like, what did you think? That like all the original actors and shit were like making those noises with their mouths as they fought.
Apparently, it was a persistent problem throughout production.
Wow. That makes me sad for Ewan McGregor and his family, dude.
Whatever, dude. I think he was just in the spirit.
In the spirit?
Yeah, you know, he's having fun.
In the spirit of what? Being a dumbass?
Yeah. Like, you know, getting taken back to childhood when you play lit lightsabers with your fucking friends and shit.
Yeah, but he's not doing that. He's actually doing the thing that inspired him to want to play lightsabers with friends.
Whatever. You know, it's just instinct.
This is ridiculous. TD's talking ridiculous nonsense at this point.
Whatever, dude.
He's mouthing off.
He fucking was caught up in the magic, dude.
Caught up in the magic of being a dipshit.
Yeah.
Alright. Fair enough. I guess. I mean, it's not really all that fair.
Magic doth make dipshits of us all.
Is that the case?
I don't fucking know. I'm just a random fucking retard. Don't listen to me.
Busting a late night dab with you guys. Adios. Oh shit, homie.
The hell does that even mean?
He's busted.
Why is that an adios? Is he just?
Because he's gonna go out of his mind, dude.
He's gonna get so
He's
far
gonna
behind, he's just gonna be like.
He's gonna bust a dab so fat that he's not gonna remember who he's watching anymore. He'll no longer be a fan, but not because we wronged him in any way, but because he took a dab so fat that he'll have to relearn why he liked us in the first place.
Who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's a fat dab.
That is fat.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just gonna pass out.
I mean, I don't think I've ever taken a dab so fat that I forgot a nigger. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Where's everybody at? That's racist? Sorry. I take it back.
You know what bandages are?
Oh, dude, TJ's gotta change his fucking... Dude, did he show you guys that gangly ass wound on his hand? TJ's got like half of his the skin on one of his palms is just flapped off, and like he did it days ago when he was moving or something, or no, while he was over at Galen's house. He's like laid his hand open. It's fucking gross. I don't even want to think about it. I just had a whole flash of it. No, dude, I don't want to see that gangly shit. I think he posted a picture of it on his Twitter or some shit. But it definitely could have took like 3 or 4 or 10 stitches, probably.
What? You talking about my?
Yeah, that gangly shit on your hand, dude. They want to see it.
All
Oh,
right. I was
dude.
about to dress it anyway. So.
Dude, he's gonna show you the gangle on his fucking hand, dude. Hold on, let me set this fucking bullshit up. Alright, there we go. Just move this fucking closer by. Here. Pop it up on that. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so. Dude.
See that shit?
Dude, that's fucking. How many days ago did you do that shit? You remember?
5 or 6. That's it, yeah.
What do you mean that's it? Dude, it's 6 days old. It's like a huge.
You
like,
should have seen, yeah, I mean, this fucking whole
It's like a-
area.
It's like a whole flap of skin was flapping off his fucking.
Yeah, this whole thing was like.
Oh.
Look at you see all the Band-Aid marks around it from all the times. I should probably wash it before I do this.
That's probably a good idea.
That's some cool water over.
God, dude. That's fucking. I don't know, dude. That's gangly. That's a gangly cut. I don't know who the edgelord in here was that was trying to impugn that cut, but that was a gangly cut, dude.
Well, if they'd seen it when it fucking first happened.
You took pictures and shit, didn't you? Or Chelsea did.
Chelsea took pictures, but even there, like 2 days after the fact.
Should air it out after you wash it. Oh, that's what he's doing. Yeah, you should definitely like let it breathe for a minute or two before you put a
Alright.
Band-Aid on it again.
Yeah, I guess I've kept it pretty much under wraps for
I mean, it'll help with that fucking white.
Yeah, it's
Shit.
like totally deprived of.
But you're just gonna lose a lot of that skin there. Like a lot of that skin flap will eventually probably just fall away. You're gonna have a fatty fucking scar on your palm there
It's
too.
pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I haven't let it air out.
But that was legitimately a stitch.
Yeah. You know, like under normal circumstances, if I wasn't doing like 20 million things, I probably would have gotten it.
Yeah. There really was no extra time for you to go to the hospital though.
No. I
Like
was-
honestly.
I looked at it, I'm like, this probably could use a stitch or maybe even 2, but I was so busy doing other shit, I'm like, I can handle this.
Dude, I actually blew my own mind the other night while I was doing one of these fucking Highdeologies.
Yeah.
I was like, I was just going through all the shit that we managed to do in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm letting it air out. Nothing, we're just doing Highdeology. I was pacing around.
For Los Patreones.
Sat down because I decided to tend my wound. Someone besmirched it. They're like, "That's it." What do they fucking
Whatever,
want? My
dude.
hand hanging on by a fucking thread.
Dude, the kid that said that has probably never had anything bigger than a boo-boo that his mom kissed and made better, dude. Dude, if you've ever been injured or cut yourself, you know that's a gangly cut, man. That is not a cut. That's a legit stitch needing fucking wound right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it'll heal up, but it's gonna leave a nasty fucking scar right there.
Yeah, I've been trying to just like keep it disinfected and protected.
Because a lot of that skin flap and shit, that's gonna die and fall off of there and have to just like slowly but surely replace itself. So yeah, dude, it's gonna be a big old gangly wound on your hand for a while.
So deep.
Yeah. What did you cut it on?
It was a chair.
A chair?
It's hard to describe what the fuck, but like I don't know. It's like a metal. It's like a metal chair,
Yeah.
and like part of the metal had like snapped. There was like a plastic handrest, and I went to sit up, and the handrest just fell. And my hand plunged right into the part where the metal had snapped, and it just went right in there. You see the square, it just went. So, Like, it probably, if I'd hit it any harder, it would have just taken out this whole chunk of skin.
Oh my god, dude, I just get so fucking.
Paul can't handle it, dude.
I hate watching those fucking videos where people fall and hurt themselves and shit. And I'm like, oh man, I get so much fucking wound empathy.
Yeah, it's fucking bad.
Dude, his hand is not infected. Trust me.
It's, I mean, I've been watching it. I mean,
He's been putting Neosporin and shit on it.
First few days, I was spraying it constantly.
What do you guys think about James Gunn getting fired over some jokes he tweeted 10 years ago? You mean the creepy, like, I like little boys to touch my pee-pee jokes? I'd probably fire a dude that was tweeting that too, honestly. Like, why would you want to make movies with a dude that is retweeting pedophiles and shit? Like, if he is that way, it's the onus is on him to keep it low key. And there's like retweeting stupid pedophile jokes is not a way to keep it low key. Like, I don't know anybody that works in a public job retweeting those jokes is gonna have trouble. I mean, I don't really care that he tweeted the jokes, but
I just wonder, like, who's even gonna be left in Hollywood after they fucking shit can everyone who's ever said anything bad.
I mean, I don't know, dude. When they start going after people for just saying bad things,
We're running. I mean, like we're running out of talent at this point. Like, so many of like the best talents of our age are just like, nope, not him anymore.
I wonder when people are gonna like start to figure out that talent and sexual deviancy are oftentimes like one and the same.
Not only that, but like when you're talking about the realm of like, oh, edgy jokes now are a problem. Like shit. Like who isn't gonna make? I mean, like, who hasn't said something that someone could construe as offensive?
I mean, all right, but like, is this really new though?
No, not really.
No. Like, if somebody had been
I mean,
like,
I
you know
was-
what I like to do, finger bang little girls back in the '60s, their career would have been over. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's not like this is a new fucking phenomenon.
But like,
And it would be a whole thing entirely too differently to me if he was just like, I like bondage or put a nipple clamp on me or whatever the fuck, because that's whatever, that doesn't imply any kind of crime.
yeah. But I mean, he's clearly this director is not going out on Twitter and being like, hey everybody, just want to let you know I, James Gunn, am a pedophile. I don't think that was the intention. I'm pretty sure it was just edgy jokes. So
I mean, really though? Like, why? Why like a pattern of edgy jokes that are all centered around liking little boys and shit?
because it's the fucking, it's like one of the few things left that's actually edgy.
In Hollywood, it's not edgy at all. It's
or-
like commonplace.
I mean, if it was commonplace, I don't think people would get fired over the joke. I mean, like, I don't get it because like
You have to watch, dude. You have to
the guy-
watch that fucking.
That guy is still working. What's his name? The X-Men guy. I mean, I guess his shit's kind of fucked up now.
That's commonplace too, though. Dude, you gotta watch that Open Secret documentary.
Open Secret.
It's called An Open Secret. And it interviews a bunch of former child actors that all tell basically the same story. That they were ushered into Hollywood through this talent agency that was kind of like creating a Disney Channel, but for teens, you know, young teens
But
and
it's really
shit.
just a front for like.
But it was like a total front for just them to launder children for sex parties. And all of them mentioned like Bryan Singer.
Did you ever see that documentary about the kids who they were like? It was supposed to air on TV, but like it got stopped. And you can find it on YouTube now. But it was like these kids were making these accusations against some kind of like business and politician circuit. There was like all these businessmen and politicians, and they were talking about all these sex parties with kids and shit. And one of the kids got like sentenced to like 15 years or some crazy amount of time for perjury for a statement that they couldn't even prove was perjury, and that was like an insane sentence for perjury in the first place. And it was just like to shut them up. And then like they made the whole documentary. It was like for 2020 or one of these big news expose shows at the time, and they just like somebody stopped it from airing and it never aired. You can find it on YouTube though.
Yeah. This Open Secret documentary, this fucking talent, there's all these shows and shit, and the shows were almost like openly flaunting what was going on behind the scenes. There was a show, I can't remember what it was called. It had some like a rich person's name, like not Rockefeller, but something like that.
Right.
And it was like the blood whatevers. And the whole show was about this dude and his friend who lived together in an apartment, both adult men, who by happenstance come into the guardianship of like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And he comes to live with them.
And this is like a sitcom?
Yeah, it's like a little it was like basically a channel that they made. That was one of those weird cable channels that you could buy.
I see.
Back in the day, like that you could subscribe to, and it was made specifically, or was supposed to be made specifically for teens, but basically it was just a front operation so that this group of dudes could fuck all these boys.
Right.
And they funneled the kids through. They would make moves on all of them. A lot of these dudes, like there were dudes that were involved in this that still work for Nickelodeon. Like, so they were busted for it, pled guilty to lewd acts with a minor and shit in a lot of cases, and then these dudes a lot of times were just hired right back.
Like the the Ferris Bueller guy.
Right, exactly. But I mean, on an even more insidious scale, because at least everybody knows about
like
him.
Like a Catholic church level.
Right. It's just like sweep it under the rug. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Or like what's that college that got in trouble for that?
Yeah.
The Sandusky one.
And like all these kids that, you know, all the dudes in there, there's this weird interview that they did with one of the producers who still works in Hollywood and still works with children. He's a children's talent agent, at least at the time of the filming of the movie. He was still working.
Which was when?
Like, this movie came out, I don't know, somebody can probably look it up in the chat, but I think it's like 2010 or 11 or 12.
Like mid-2000.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like mid.
I might even be later than that, though. It might have been like 2015 or 16.
Okay.
But it's relatively recent at any rate.
It's called An Open Secret.
An Open Secret, yeah. And you should be able to find it. It's fucking weird, yeah, Dan Schneider. But they do this weird interview with the talent guy who's been working for years as a children's talent agent, right? And they pin him down on it, and they kind of ask him in a roundabout way.
I still think it's a stretch to say James Gunn must be a part of that because of some fucking tweets.
No, I understand. Like, he doesn't, but like, the idea that this was going on.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it was going on.
Yeah.
The names that are dropped in this are big.
Like
a lot
big
of them
names.
you've heard before.
Right.
You know,
like
so it's like
Bryan Singer.
the whole
shit.
idea of it, the open secret.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like
it's
not just that it happened in this one isolated instance where these group of pedophiles
well, I mean,
did this.
I mean, you know, they knew Polanski was
right.
Know, I mean, they like just a few years ago, the Academy was like, "Yeah, Polanski, yay!"
Right.
And obviously now they're totally like, "Oh no, we hate that now."
Yeah.
All of a sudden, but
so. I mean, that's the interesting thing is like, I don't know, dude, and whatever, it's the documentary, you got to take it at face value, you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, there's
like,
people
who knows
with
if it's,
agendas and shit. I mean,
but,
we saw that fucking, I mean, I guess they haven't seen the Satanic Panic episode yet, but,
right.
you know.
But I mean, like, watching, there's a lot of supporting, I mean, a lot of these dudes were convicted, so it's like.
Right, so it's not like just innuendo.
Right.
And shit.
And the victims, or a lot of these people are the victims that came forward, so.
Yeah.
You know, there is a court case behind a lot of what they're saying. And it's just like, you know, how long it went on and how many people would have had to have known it was going on and just the fucking openness of it. Like these kids, these dudes they're not kids anymore. They're like, you know, in their 20s and shit now.
Yeah.
But they describe these parties and they're all pretty much the same. It's like they show up and it starts off pretty cool because it's a bunch of young kids like their age and they think, oh, it's like a sleepover or whatever, and they're playing video games, and then slowly but surely like adult men start showing up. And at first they go off and do their own thing, like they're in the pool or whatever, but then eventually somebody comes in and kind of offers them drugs or invites them out to the pool to do drugs, and then it just, you know, slowly but surely
Goes from
devolves
there.
to an orgy.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them like report not like lapsing out of, so like they're given something,
So they're like getting drugs,
roofies and shit, and waking up in bed.
And this is like major Hollywood names. And shit.
Yeah, Bryan Singer and just like all these producers. Not all of them are major like household names, but a lot of them are just
people in the
big
industry.
people, producers and camera operators, and just
And
like
they're all named in there.
well, a lot of them are. I mean, not everybody, I'm assuming, is named, but a lot of people, like Bryan Singer, was definitely mentioned several times. I mean, he's a big name, so.
Yeah, everyone
And
knows the name.
and not only that, but everybody knows he's involved in this shit,
Right.
and he still works.
It's like well known.
Right.
I mean, he got fired from his latest project, supposedly for other shit.
Right.
Probably.
But whatever. I mean, he hasn't been prosecuted for any of it.
I mean, they're looking. I mean, it was like right after Kevin Spacey. This Kevin Spacey shit broke. Then Bryan Singer was fired from his movie like the next day or some shit. So it's like,
But
they're just like, okay, let's head this off at the pass. Fuck that.
like I said, the guys that were running this other teen channel or whatever the fuck it was called, like they had connections at Nickelodeon and shit, so people knew what was fucking going on. And the impropriety of it, like when you watch the clips from that show, they don't actually show the dudes blowing the little kid.
Well, yeah.
But it's just like, the kids are always shirtless in the pool, and the dudes are clearly gay and together, but it's never like really shown. They don't do anything together, and it's so open. Like it's just like they were flaunting it. It was just like, hey, here's our little fucking dream house. Here's our our actual life.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, and it's just like how many people. So like that's the thing about it. Do I think that all of Hollywood is raping children? No, but do I think that pretty much everybody that's powerful in Hollywood knows that people are abusing children and does nothing about it and doesn't speak out about it? Yep.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen it.
What are the names of the shows? I fucking can't remember, but go watch the documentary. It's called An Open Secret that
You
shows
remember
clips.
the name of the documentary,
Yeah.
so it'll tell you the rest.
Yeah, it shows clips and fucking there's interviews and archival footage and it's crazy. It's a great documentary. And really kind of like eye-opening to me because I knew before that documentary that there was buggery and shit going on in fucking
Just like everyone
Hollywood.
knew what was going on with the priest shit.
Right, but
'Cause
I
I
didn't
remember-
know that like I didn't know it was an open secret until I watched that documentary.
I remember my dad telling me like one of the first jokes that I ever heard in life was like the joke about, you probably heard it before. It's like a doctor, a lawyer, and a priest go and visit a school,
Yeah.
and the school catches fire, and the doctor's like, save the children, and the lawyer's like, fuck the children, and the priest is like, do you think there's time?
Yeah. So that's
So I mean,
been
like that was
forever.
before the Catholic priest scandal shit. So,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like people knew.
Yeah.
It was already like a open like joke about the priests.
This is different though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a lot the same. I see a lot of the similarities, but this is a whole different thing, though. Because this isn't religious, but it's just as important, if not more important.
Yeah.
Like this is the industry that really replaced religion. This is entertainment. This is America's fucking industry. This is what we export to the world. And if it's just like rife with people who are raping kids, we're in a lot. Yeah.
Not only that, but it's terrible these days.
Right. So it sucks now.
It's not even like.
So it's become a den of like child fucking
And terrible movies.
yeah, creative voids, you know what I mean?
At least in like the 70s and 80s, they were turning out something that was worth a fuck.
Yeah. They were still banging kids back then, but at least they were making
Yeah,
good
at
movies.
least there was like, all right, we're getting something for it at least.
Like,
now,
say what you want about Corey Feldman, but he was in a lot of good movies, so,
Yeah, you know. I mean, maybe he was getting butt fucked between scenes, but he was still doing a good
His
job.
freshly fucked boy booty might have been sore, but his performance was on point, you know what I mean?
On point, dude.
Nowadays,
Corey
they can't even find a talented kid to fuck and put on the
No.
stage.
It's garbage now. Thinking too much with their dicks, I guess.
They've gotten too complacent. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I hate the fucking movie industry these days.
Yeah, so I think that like that shit you were lamenting earlier about like we're losing all the talent. Fuck that, dude. This town needs an enema. They need to make room for people.
I don't see how anyone could even survive.
What do you mean survive? Dude, it's just gonna make room for indie filmmakers, man.
Yeah.
The big studios are gonna be stymied with
I just
fucking
hope they
lawsuits
just
and
all.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I hope that if anything results in this, it's just the death of Hollywood.
Dude, it's gonna be fucking drive-in culture again.
And
Where like
it'll be,
anybody can get a movie put on a
exploitate-
limited circuit.
Another
Yeah.
era of like exploitation films
Dude.
and shit.
How ripe would that be for us to start writing a script, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, it's already kind of happening. Like the big movies are consolidated more and more towards one or two studios.
Yeah, and they just want to do like theme parks.
Yeah, and
Theme
the
park
rest
movies.
and the rest of the movie studios are all kind of. I don't know. Some of them are trying to emulate that, but every once in a while, we're getting movies like Mother. You know what I mean? Like where they're just like, let's do some weird shit. Not unless people stop going to Hollywood movies, which isn't happening. No, you're right about that. But I'm just saying, like, if it does, if this scandal, this Me Too shit does reach far and wide here in Hollywood, and let's say like the big movie studios are mired in these fucking like lawsuits and shit, and they're not able to spend all their goddamn money on the
I mean, this shit's already taken down an entire company, in
Right.
the Weinstein Company.
and a huge company at that, responsible basically for the career of fucking
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, amongst many other fucking actors and directors and other producers and shit. I mean,
and
like
now they're like poison.
now they're absolutely gone. So like to say that this couldn't, like, if the stink of that, it depends on who's diddling kids, and we don't really know. I mean, we know Bryan Singer is
Or raping women.
right, or raping women, or some
Or
combination
whatever
of
the
that.
hell else they're doing.
Right, trafficking. I mean, whatever the fuck. Like, how much of that is going to come out? Who's it going to implicate? Because it's not just the people that did it; it's going to be the people that knew about it as well. And if it is far ranging as it is, then it could cripple a lot of studios and make this huge fucking creative void in this town, where it's like all these people that have been festering to make these movies but been stymied at the fucking box office because it's controlled by 2 or 3 fucking companies.
I just hope it gets back to that point where studios are so desperate to fucking connect with an audience that they'll just throw money at any wild fucking project.
Dude, my brain has been on fire since I watched that episode, that interview that James Rolfe did with Joe Bob Briggs.
That's
dude.
a great interview.
I fucking that was so inspiring, like on so many levels for me. But like, the time is ripe, dude. The time is ripe. Like, the internet is the new fucking drive-in, and the drive-in movies used to be the coolest fucking shit in the 70s and 80s, dude. Because pretty much any kind of movie could get on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these shit fucking Italian films, these low budget fucking comedies and wacky fucking sexploitation and exploitation films, these weird fucking monster movies and shit. No holds were barred. Anybody could get a movie in front of eyes back then, and the same shit is starting to become true now with
And
the
Joe
internet.
Bob Briggs was one of the fucking few people that would even review them. He was one of like two, I think only 2 people actually would go check out the Grindhouse and the drive-in and shit.
Dude, the time is ripe for like a revival, not only for people reviewing, like, and it kind of validated my feelings. You remember I've been talking about doing that like teen titty films thing?
Yeah.
I want to start doing that for Cinema for Cynics content on the Pessimist Production shit, dude. I want to start like doing a recurring fucking thing where I take a look at these weird fucking sexploitation films from the 70s.
That'd be cool.
I can censor out the nips and shit. You know, it'll be a kind of a project for them because I'd have to do a lot of censoring and shit. But I'm gonna rate it, you know, on titties, and
Enough of this Bruce Valanche shit. Fuck Paul, dude. He didn't even originate that. People have been saying that shit for years, man. Years.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Years.
Personally, I'm like, I don't know where it came out of nowhere for me too.
Whatever. You've retweeted like 900 Bruce Valanche memes.
Dude, it's because I got like 900 more. If our fans want something to happen, I'm gonna help them out a little bit. But I'm whatever, dude. If it bothers you, I'll stop retweeting the memes.
Dude, fuck you, tisk tisk. Will creepy pasta streams return? They're asking you.
Oh yeah, I'll do some more. They're fun.
I like the little 1-minute things that you were doing.
Yeah, dude. Those are fun.
Fucking Bruce Valanche. Last time I went to a drive-in, I saw the original RoboCop. That's badass.
Yeah, dude. If you can find a drive-in, like in Pismo, there's a drive-in.
Cool.
It's beautiful too. You just take your car up there and you turn the radio on, and you can listen to it right there in your car.
Yeah, that's sick.
So I'm gonna take Ashley there for a date night. It'll be fun. But yeah, they usually show whatever's new in the theaters, but whatever. Yeah, the old style drive-in is what I'm talking about, because the drive-in used to be the cheapest form of going to see a movie. So like, the drive-in would have old movies that had already been out for like 6 months that most everybody had already seen, or just weird movies like Cheerleader Massacre or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Because it was all late night, so it was seedy, you know what I mean? It was kind of like a seedy, it was a place where people went to make out and fucking get blowjobs and shit. But it became a venue for all kinds of weird monster horror movies and exploitation films and
Which got no appreciation at the
right,
time.
a lot of which were kind of funny and,
But,
and
you
cool
know,
on their own merits. But
a lot of them fucking
sucked.
inspired later filmmakers that actually made things that were, you know, well received and well liked.
yeah.
I mean, because you just create an atmosphere of like some sort of avant-garde thing, you know.
Yeah. But, you know, if this Me Too movement shit does come crashing down on Hollywood, it's just going to create this, like, vacuum.
It already fucking has.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's crashed hard enough yet to really make a huge dent. I mean, the vacuum of the Weinstein Company, as big as it is, will be filled pretty quickly around here. There's a lot of sharks in the water, but, like, if the big companies are all mired up and they're not spending money anymore, then all of these, like you know, Bloom and Ghost House and all these little like art house kind of fucking producers that are making these horror movies and shit that have all had a few hits here and there, they're gonna fucking step up in a big way and they're gonna start producing weird shit, action movies and comedies and shit again, man.
Yeah, we need a new canon films and shit.
I feel like I felt for a while that we were on the cusp of kind of like a revolution of cheaper, more abundant films. And I think the internet is really going to be a good medium for delivering it because you don't even have to go to the drive-in anymore. Why not just make a channel? You know what I mean? Like one of those channels you can get through Amazon.
Yeah.
Where it's just all kinds of just constant, like a constant stream of all these weird new indie
Schlock
films.
features.
Yeah. And then, you know, you could have like a reviewer own that channel, you know what I mean, and just like do these reviews of these movies, and anybody that signs on to have their movie shown, you know, and just try and build an audience around that. Kind of a combination of Joe Bob Briggs and the Crypt Keeper, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like display them.
Right, just actually show the movies, but stop. I love how Joe Bob will show a good portion of the movie unabridged, like 15 minutes, and then he'll pause it, and he'll talk for 5 minutes about what he just saw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I love Monster Vision back.
Oh yeah, me too. I used to stay up I used to fall asleep watching it because sometimes it would go to like 6 a.m. Like, because they had this like gap to fill or whatever.
Yeah, and they didn't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
as long as like, they'd let him go for as long as he wanted. I mean, up to a point.
But
And
yeah.
then they replaced his shit with some other crap, and it sucked.
But even when I couldn't get Monster Vision, a lot of that late night TV shit, I miss that because it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I love the way he rated movies because he'd just tell you what was in it in terms of like content. You'd be
Yeah.
like, you know,
Just
one
like-
exploded monkey head and
Yeah, 28 kills, 2 stabbings, and 14 gun kills, and 3 unidentified stranglings. There are 14 breasts.
yeah, it was awesome.
You know what I mean?
Tell you like this is the kind of shit you're gonna see tonight,
Yeah.
and you were always like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna see some shit.
I wonder how I could elegantly steal some of his shtick.
Wait for him to die, and then just be like, I'm his successor. Just like say you wrote letters to him and stuff, and that you were friends.
Yeah.
We were pen pals.
Joe Bob would have wanted it this way.
He said to me one time, Paul, anybody can fill my shoes.
He's on his deathbed and he said, Paul, you're the new Joe Bob Briggs. And I said, no, there'll never be a new Joe Bob Briggs, Joe Bob. He's like, no, there already is, Paul.
It's you.
You're him.
You're me.
Joe Bob Briggs. I don't know, dude.
Man, it's sad.
I just hope we get a lot of some good old school shit too. I hope we
Wonder how
see
many
a.
stupid fucks in here even know who Joe Bob Briggs is, man.
Probably like 10 of them, maybe.
Joe Bob Briggs. Look it up.
You guys don't seem too optimistic about the new Halloween, because why would we be? When have they done a good job rebooting this shit?
Could they? I mean, I'm optimistic that maybe it'll be better than Rob Zombie's. I guess.
Really?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of optimism at all for movies these days. I go in with a sense of.
Why did Rob Zombie? Let me ask you a question. Why did Rob Zombie turn Michael Myers into a professional wrestler? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I don't know what the thought process.
Did you?
It's that whole problem where it's like we got to distinguish him from the old Michael Myers in some way. So we got to make him different, you know, because that's a reboot. Can't just do the same. It's like, why don't you just write a new movie then?
Yeah.
Why don't you write a new slasher flick, make a new character that's just as cool as fucking Michael Myers? I mean, dude.
They can't do it.
Well, here's the thing though. Michael Myers as a character, not that interesting.
Yeah, all they did was fucking spray paint a goddamn William Shatner mask.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
I mean, it's a dude in a William Shatner mask and a jumpsuit that runs around and fucking chops people's heads off and shit. I mean, you can't come up with something on par with that. How about a dude in a hockey mask and a pair of overalls that runs around with a machete? You can't fucking do something on par with that. A dude that lives up in the woods that likes to kill teenagers. Like, it's like, you know, I'd understand. Like, if Freddy Krueger was the only template fucking slasher, I'd be like, okay, well, that's a pretty unique thing. He lives in your dreams and shit and kills you with dream powers. All right, I can see why they're struggling.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the template they're working with is so fucking easy.
Yeah, it's a dude in a rubber mask and a jumpsuit with a knife that just he doesn't even talk. He has no character other than just malice.
He's evil and he kills.
Yeah, he's evil and he likes to kill people and he's merciless and he can't be stopped. Wow, what a tough thing to write. Man, I see why they're constantly rebooting Friday the 13th and Halloween over and over again.
Yeah, like another thing is like, what's with the reboot anyway? I mean, like, those movies, they don't need any explanation, so you can just keep making sequels. You don't have to act like it's some new beginning to some grand narrative.
No, like, go over the top with it, like Jason versus the Nazis or some shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, if you really want to make it interesting, you got to take it to a new level. They won't do it.
They don't know how to do
They
it
just
anymore.
want to make the same dumb shit.
I mean, I could sit down with you in fucking an hour and we could write a fucking slasher character that would be more interesting than a reboot of Halloween. And not even go that far afield from the template either. We could come up with a masked killer. Because really, like, the problem with it, I think, is that it really wasn't Jason or Michael Myers that kept people coming back to those movies. It was the kills. Like, it didn't really matter who was doing it. I mean, look at what they did to Jason. He's been like a killer, like a hockey masked killer and a big lumpy freak and like a fucking cyber ninja in space and shit. Like, it never matters what he looks like or what the rules.
First one was his goddamn mom.
Right,
You didn't even see him either, or her.
The rules have changed so many times with Jason. He like sometimes he's like just a normal zombie, sometimes he's more mortal, sometimes he's a total immortal killing machine.
In one movie, they just had him be like some crazy dude that went like, oh shit, they killed my son or cousin or whatever the fuck. So he's like, oh, I'm just gonna dress up as Jason and kill people. Like, oh, at the end, it's like, oh, it's not really Jason, but then the real Jason shows up.
And the same thing is true to a lesser extent for all of those fucking.
Hell, they had a Jason movie where he just fucking went from body to body and killed people as not even Jason.
So that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the reason they work is because they're so devoid of personality, because they're such a fucking placeholder, because it allows you to just fill in the blanks and make the movie less about him and more about just the way he kills people and the gore and craziness of it. Knowing that that's the rules, Hollywood can't write another fucking slasher. Like, get Guillermo del Toro or whatever on it and tell him you want to make this crazy body horror slasher movie where this masked dude just like invades a fucking theme park or whatever the fuck and just starts slaughtering all the kids on, you know, grad night or whatever the fuck. When all the seniors go to Disneyland, you know. And just write it well, make the kills like real centerpiece kills and shit. Make the fucking villain menacing but blank and devoid of any kind of character other than just his malice and willingness to kill and unstoppableness and shit. And I don't know, like, how hard is this? How many of these movies have you seen that like either fall flat or just like base attempts at rebooting this bullshit over and over again? Don't reboot it, just make a new one. I feel that way almost every time I hear that something's getting rebooted. Like, why? All these other movies are derivative of other things. Jason,
I love that.
what?
Dude, it's just like,
Jason versus Michael Myers. The whole movie is just 2 hours of them standing there stabbing each other. Yeah, just they can't kill one another. They're just invincible killing machines. Like, if you're gonna keep doing these movies, do something wacky. Go crazy with it. Do Jason versus the Nazis. Do Michael Myers. You know, I don't know what else you'd do. Michael Myers at a roller skating rink or some shit.
roller skate.
I'm dead serious. Like, stop with the bullshit and just have him like invade some place that nobody can get to. You know, I don't know. Just go a little different with it. Go over the top. Get wild, or write a new movie. I think eventually that's what's gonna happen. People will start coming up with ideas again.
God damn it, I guess we gotta come up with something new.
Yeah.
We've remade everything twice, fuck.
I think it's less about them being unable to make a great movie and more about their unwillingness. Well, I don't know. I think it's a little combo of both. I think in a lot of ways,
I mean, I think people,
Hollywood has forgotten. I think people have forgotten what a good movie is, consumer-wise.
I feel like if you made a movie, it wouldn't even have to be good, but if you made a movie where Jason did something even just a little bit out of the norm for him, people would be like, oh, that's neat. Let's see what that's like.
Yeah, it would cause a lot of interest almost immediately.
I mean, people paid to see Jason in fucking space, even though they knew it was gonna be retarded.
And Freddy too. Like, they paid to see him fight Freddy because it was different.
Yeah.
They were like, "Does Jason even fucking dream, man? How's he gonna fight something that's not even alive?"
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
how they even gonna do this?
It raised an interesting question, so people went to see it.
Yeah, like some movies you can just sell on the concept.
Hollywood's too busy raping kids to make good shit.
Maybe that's true.
Yeah, maybe they need to get their dicks out of those little boys and earn the right to fuck those kids, dude.
Yeah, go make
We let you
something
get
good.
away with it for so long because you were making good movies, but now that you're just churning out bullshit and rehash, like, you better get your dicks out of those kids. We're calling the cops now. We care now.
Yeah, because you guys aren't doing well.
We'll light a fire under your ass. You'll remember what made all that fucking underage booty possible. Our good American green dollars, man.
I wish the Silent Hill films were better. Well, they're not.
They
Sorry.
could be, though. That's the thing, is like there's absolutely no reason why a competent Silent Hill film or a competent film about any fucking video game franchise couldn't be made. You know why they're not? Do you have a speculation as to why video game movies almost uniformly always suck?
I don't think that there's any genuine underlying concern for the source material.
Why do you think that is, though?
Because I think that Hollywood is probably like 20 years out of step with their actual audience.
I think it's jealousy.
You think it's jealousy?
Yep.
They're just like, no, we don't want to
Yep.
help this industry because they're.
Why else would they keep hiring you, Bull, and putting him in charge of all these fucking movies?
I mean, he finances his shit through like a loophole in German tax law.
But still, he's still got to suck some dick to get his movies fucking financed and shit.
Yeah, and he gets Jason Statham and bullshit to be in them.
Right. What I'm saying is, dude, I think that it's total jealousy. I think that fucking Hollywood wants the lockdown on, like, we're the storytellers.
It makes them I mean, like, it's not a good way to demonstrate it. Wouldn't a good way to demonstrate that be like, let's do all of these like so much better that we prove that we're the superior medium?
See, they don't think of it that way. They think of it like, let's not put all of our brilliance behind this inferior storytelling medium when we can do much better. Let's shortchange this video game film and we'll do a new Alien reboot. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, just statistically, there should have been like law of averages, there should have been a fucking good video game movie by now, and there's still
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
I mean, it's like absurd when you think about it.
If you look at some of the franchises, like a lot of these movies, like write them fucking selves, in my opinion. Like Silent Hill is a great example of that. It's an eerie town with this fucking evil fog everywhere, the radio with the static and shit. I mean,
Jacob's Ladder is pretty good.
Well,
I mean, like it was an inspiration for
of
Silent
course,
Hill. So.
yeah. No, Jacob's Ladder is a great example of.
But you could probably watch that as almost a Silent Hill film.
You could. I mean, like
It's got very similar imagery.
you could definitely take that vein with it, but like
even
there's
uses
no
some of the
excuse.
Yeah, I mean, like
But like Fallout
yeah,
or
that's not even been made.
or like one of the fucking like Skyrim couldn't be made into a competent fucking film, dude. Everything is there for
Dude,
a
they should do an
badass film,
HBO series with that shit.
right?
Fill the void of Game of Thrones.
I mean, there's just so many of these fucking franchises that are just ripe for a film,
Metal Gear Solid pretty much is a movie at this point.
right?
Like, that's more cutscene than game now.
But that's the problem with it, is that nobody wants to make that movie and draw people's attention to the video game and shit. And so they play it and they go, oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah, video games are cool. Hollywood sucks. You know, that's the way that they're thinking. I don't know if that's truly what's going to happen, but I genuinely think that's what's behind the fact that, like, these video game movies are never treated seriously.
Yeah.
Like Doom.
Oh, man.
Dude, how easy would it be to write a competent Doom movie, especially considering Doom is like, it's a one-man show.
I mean, not only that, but like the entire basic premise of Doom is portal to hell opens.
On a base, everybody gets killed.
Monsters come out,
You're
kill
the
everyone
last
except
dude.
for one guy who has to fight his way through hell to escape.
Right.
And like they couldn't even do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they fucked up the premise.
Like it's a one-man
Like the
show.
movie they made is not even. It doesn't even, in my mind, qualify as an adaptation of
No,
fucking
they made
Doom,
it a
dude.
totally dog shit like squad movie.
Yeah, what the fuck did that happen? They turned it into a fucking shitty ripoff of Aliens.
Yeah.
With The Rock. I'm sorry, you're never gonna be Dwayne Johnson to me,
No,
bitch.
he's The Rock.
You're the fucking Rock.
He's always the Rock, dude.
You're not Dwayne Johnson. Knock it off with this ridiculous Dwayne Johnson shit. You will forever be The Rock. Okay? Just in case you're one of the 35 people watching this, just letting you know, you're The Rock.
Dude, you know Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a $5 patron, dude. He's chilling in here right now.
Yeah, I could at least, at least go back to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like this idea that you're gonna get rid of The Rock is not happening, dude. You're The
Yeah,
Rock.
it's probably not gonna happen.
You're The Rock forever.
What are other fucking woe-begotten movies that had no excuse, like video game adaptations that had no excuse to
I mean,
suck?
I don't know if it would have ever been a great movie adaptation, but like you've got to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
See, that's
the first
that's one that like
this was the first one they did.
you could do an animated adaptation of Super Mario Brothers,
Right.
in the style of Nintendo.
But I'm saying like the reason I bring it up is just because the final product is like so ridiculously far afield from the source material that it's like what?
Metroid. Why has there not been a Metroid movie that kicks fucking major ass, dude? Especially in this day and age, that's all about woman empowerment. Dude, is Samus Aran not the template badass female, the first ever?
Yeah, how come there's not? Well, yeah. I mean, Nintendo's kind of like tight with its properties now because
they
of
got
how bad
fucked.
that Mario movie
Why
was.
doesn't Nintendo wise up and spend some of the billions of dollars they're making on Game Boy shit? Because they're like fucking just raping the world on like the fucking DS or the 3DS right now. Like it's the only handheld gaming system and everybody in the world has one. So it's like, why aren't they spending some of that money just open like Nintendo Films or some shit and hire some competent American directors and make some great, like make a fucking Metroid film and make billions of dollars. Like make an actual Pokemon film that's good. DS, Switch is a better handheld than the DS. Well, whatever. That's a Nintendo product. So, okay, fine. Yeah, I concede that. The Nintendo Switch is a better handheld product than the Nintendo DS, and everybody owns both of them. So it's just like...
A Legend of Zelda movie could be badass, but
Dude,
you know, the second...
Did you see that fan-made trailer for the Legend of Zelda movie?
Yeah.
Dude, that alone was like, I mean, dressed up and done right, you know what I mean, would have been fucking like, yeah, dude, there's no excuse. And that's just Nintendo. So if they wanted to be guarded, we take them off the table. There's a billion other fucking franchises out there. A lot of them had movie adaptations. They've all fucking sucked.
Every one of them.
I mean, maybe Resident Evil's, like you've said, it's the closest to a good one, and I tend to agree. Like at least the first one, I enjoyed it. It's not anything really like the move or like the game.
It's like pretty far afield of, once again, not as bad as the Mario movie at all, but I mean, like, I don't know. For me, that movie's just a guilty pleasure. It's not like it's actually good.
You want to see a Pong movie? Yeah, dude, the ultimate game of skill. Warcraft was a fair attempt. I haven't seen it yet, so I won't say anything about it.
When
But
the trailer alone made me just like.
I haven't been able to watch it because of the trailer. It looks so god awful. It so misses the mark of the original Warcraft series, which like the orcs and the humans and that are really cool. Like humans are very self-righteous and religious, and orcs are very brutish, and I don't know. It just seems like they just lost all of that.
There was a scene, I think, in the trailer of like the orc dude and like his young son and his wife or something, and it was
It's
just, like,
such bullshit,
it
dude.
was
The
like he
orcs,
was all like,
dude, the Horde is all about war and shit. They're supposed to be just like constant
yeah,
warriors.
they all have these like real sensitive looks on their faces, and I'm like, the fuck
They're
is
from
this
Draenor.
shit?
They're from another planet where it's like like the whole planet is in a constant state of war. That's the whole reason why there's war between them, is because they come pouring through these portals from Draenor and just are like, oh, Zug Zug, we take what you have. And the Alliance is like, no! You know, that's the whole point of the fucking shit. And they're just like spending all this time making orcs noble and stuff. And like, yeah, you can do that because that's part of the games, you know, eventually you kind of learn more about the orcs and they're more than just simple savages, but like still the whole point is they're fighting constantly. It's like war, war, war. Not like my son will know the elements as a like who
But I mean,
cares?
like,
Shut
they were
up.
doing shit in the trailer, like, where it's like, our peoples are not so different. I'm like, I don't want that.
No, that's the whole point is
Fuck
they are
that
different.
shit. I wanna
They're
see
aliens. They're literally aliens from another planet.
I want to see them fight.
That's the whole point. It's like there's big ogre magi and like fucking trolls and shit, and all these races band together as the Horde, and then the Alliance is all the fucking human people and dwarves and shit, and they all fucking get together and they have these huge epic fights. Not like, there was never like a moment where like Arthas reached across the fucking aisle to Thrall and was like, you know what? I'm the Lich King and a leader of a horde of 1,000,000 fucking undead, but we're not so different, you and I, Thrall. And he was like, Zug Zug, yes, the elements guide me. And you, sir, are correct. Like that never happened in the game unless I fucking skipped that cutscene. I don't know, refresh my memory. I mean, there were like little times where they worked together against a common enemy, but there was always a betrayal and a big battle because of that,
Fuck that shit.
The Ratchet and Clank movie was cancer. I haven't seen it, but I can only imagine because that game, I gotta be honest with you, that game is kind of cancer. So the movie about that game must be total cancer. It also works in reverse. Most games based on movies suck too. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's like this Cold War that's been going on that nobody's ever called out.
Yeah, but there have been good video games that were adapted from fucking movies.
Like what?
A lot of people really like that Riddick game. Fucking
That's true.
Escape. I can't remember it, but
The Pitch Black game or whatever.
Yeah, it was like a
But it was
Riddick
called
game.
Chronicles of Riddick or some shit.
yeah, it came out like pretty much at the same time. I think as Chronicles. Of
I think the
Riddick.
first one was just called Riddick.
And they fucking said, I don't know. A lot of people.
Oh,
said it was
Escape
bad.
from Butcher Bay.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
people said it was like super badass. I never played it, but I remember there was
Yeah.
a lot of fucking hype around
There was
that
a lot of
shit.
hype around it, I remember. I don't think I ever played it either, but it was supposed to be like a stealth action kind of
And
game.
people said it was like better than the movie and shit.
Cool. So that's a good example.
So there's a example of. I mean,
Terminator Salvation wasn't a horrible game. Wolverine Origins is a game that's infinitely better than the film. Well, that's cool. There are a few exceptions, but most suck, yeah. I mean, that tends to be my memory too. I guess there have been a few games that are kind of cool that are based on movies, but for the most part, maybe it is just kind of a Cold War. Gaming industry is like, fuck you. We'll make a shitty ass fucking game about your fucking movie. Be Batman Forever
It's like a
unplayable.
shaky alliance, dude.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, I guess you can.
If you're gonna
adapt to us.
continue to make shit fucking video game movies, then I'm gonna continue to make shit fucking game video movies.
I imagine that the deadlines involved and like we want this out to coincide with our shitty movie
Yeah.
probably fucking hurts the.
Why don't they just start developing it early then? Just give them all the assets and shit. Give them the amount of time that they have to develop. Like, why don't they start working with game companies and shit?
Because they probably just like you said they have a rival and they don't go on.
So stupid. They could be double dipping. They could be making like gangster level money. Getting movies and video games and TV shows all under one umbrella, but nope. Holy shit. I gotta back up off the marijuana for a second. I'm too high to wonder why, dude. This meandering conversation has been crazy. Let's pay attention to the chat for a little while. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Mad Max game was good. That is true. I want to play that. I own it. Somebody gifted it to me. And I found my my fucking 360 controller that I use for my computer that I love. I finally found it. It was packed away. So I'm going to play it. Maybe I'll do some streams of that when we get back. DFF game, get on it. Whatever. I'm not a game maker, so I wonder how much, if at all, of the creator's perspective is respected when transforming a video game into a movie. Well, that's what I'm saying it should be, but it doesn't seem like it is, and that can only be like rivalry shit, because why wouldn't you want to work with the people? I mean, Knights of the Old Republic doesn't count. It's a spin-off game for sure, but it's not based directly on a movie. Like it's a extended universe, Star Wars universe game or whatever the fuck, but it's not based on a film called Knights of the Old Republic.
Star Wars has been pretty successful as both a movie and video game.
That's true.
Like overall.
But the ones that are actually based on the movies, I mean, I guess that's not true. I guess that
the NES ones were good. They were just too fucking hard.
like the Super Nintendo one and the N64 one were kind of loosely based on the original trilogy films, and they did pretty well. You played like Luke, and you bounce around in the desert and shoot Jawas and shit.
I mean, it looked right. It felt like Star Wars.
Right, and people liked it. I didn't play it a lot because, like I said, I didn't have a Nintendo.
It was fucking tough, dude. It was so fucking hard.
I heard. You know the one I played a lot of, dude? When I got it on the computer, and it was so badass, dude. I want to buy it. I know they've remastered it and shit. It's called TIE Fighter.
Yeah, I remember TIE Fighter.
Yeah, and I've got a flight stick, too, dude. I bet I could play a fucking TIE Fighter with my flight stick. It'd be bad fucking ass. But yeah, you played like a rank and file TIE Fighter pilot in the Empire, and you had to go fly missions, and every once in a while Vader would join you in his like TIE Advance and shit. And he'd be flying around, and he'd go, he'd give you orders and shit. Flank the left side. I will take the middle. And you're like, fuck yes. Shooting down. Oh, man, that's a great game.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because you got to be the villain.
Yeah.
Or the movie.
The bad guy side or whatever.
Bad guys.
They also made one they made an X-Wing one, too, where you flew an X-Wing and an A-Wing.
I want to fight.
I played them both. They were really fun.
I'll fly the fucking TIE Fighter. Fuck X-Wing.
The new battle. You know what, dude? I haven't played the new Battlefront. I played the one that came out for PS4 like a few years ago. And I only played it for a few hours before I got bored of it. But I don't know. I like the first Battlefront game. But a lot of those, once again, those are like extended universe games. They're not based directly on a movie.
Maybe that's how to fucking do it. Just make games in the universe, but not actually based on the fucking movie. Like, don't do an adaptation.
Yeah.
Just do a different story in the same universe.
Maybe. I could never manage to fly the jets in Star Wars games. That prevented me from playing any Star Wars games extensively. Well, that's not not all of them involve flying shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, some of them just involve going around chopping people up with lightsabers.
Yeah, there's like a Star Wars Rebel Academy and shit, where you play like a rogue Jedi or whatever the fuck, and it's all like lightsaber and force power third person action game. There's that other one that too called I think it's called Apprentice, and you actually play as an evil Jedi, so you get all the Sith powers and shit. You're like a super powerful apprentice of Darth, whatever his fucking name is. Yeah, I think you're actually the apprentice of Darth Vader. Yeah, you are. You're Vader's apprentice in that one. Star Wars Apprentice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The first one was cool. I don't know about the second one. I didn't play it. But yeah, they just give you all these destructive ass force. Yeah, the Force Unleashed. That's the one. Give you all these destructive ass dark side force powers, and you can level up the different ones that you like. You get choke and fucking you can slam people around, and you can specialize in lightsabers and just dash around and cut people in half and block all their lasers and shit. It's a badass game, and it really has nothing to do with flying anything. So they've made some badass Star Wars games for sure, but like I said, nothing based directly. And I don't see any reason why you couldn't make a great like adaptation of the original trilogy or any of them really. You know what? There was a Star Wars game based on a movie I liked, and it's based on a Star Wars movie I hated. But I played the shit out of fucking Pod Racer, dude.
Oh, yeah.
For the PS2, I think.
Yeah, I remember fucking Pod Racer.
Yeah, you can unlock all the weird dudes, and they all have different stats and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I played the fuck out of Pod Racer.
I never really got super into any racing game other than Mario Kart, but
Dude, we gotta get a Switch. We all gotta get Switches and start playing Mario Kart 8 because I had so much fun the other night, dude.
yeah, dude, that was pretty
Well, I was winning a lot. That's why.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, dude, you just gotta get Mario Kart 8 in the Switch or some shit. I've got it on fucking whatever the previous console was. It's the same game though, so whatever. What was the one that came before it?
It was fucking pretty intuitive.
Yeah,
Like,
it's pretty easy to get.
because like I hadn't played a Mario Kart game since '64, and I still got like, okay, that's the basic. Like,
It's still pretty much the same. I mean, you just drift around corners and shit. Shoot shells at people. Try and go over the boosts and jumps and find little hidden paths. It's the same game, basically.
weird.
It's fun, though.
Courses.
It's salty as fuck, too, dude. I can tell that
yeah,
we'd get, like, it'd be great.
There'd be violence.
Oh, yeah. There'd be at least threats of violence, if not outright perpetration of assaults.
I'll fucking punch you in the fucking face, man!
It's gonna happen, dude. Scotty will be the first one to melt, dude.
I don't know, it might be you.
Nah, dude. Nah. I'll just get petulant like a child and then quit and walk out.
Fuck you guys.
I won't hit anybody.
This is bullshit. I'm leaving.
Yeah. At least they finally added a counter to the blue shell. Why did you use the... Yeah, dude, the blue shell is such a fucking bullshit item. Because only the person in last place can get it, and it only fucks the person in first place. How's that fair? The person in last place has no chance of overcoming me at that point. So why...
It's like, it's a reward.
Why
for
let...
being the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, it's like rewarding the shittiest person in the pack with the way to fuck with the best person in the pack. So the best person in the pack has to be that much better.
It's like Ayn Rand's worst nightmare, dude.
It really, yeah, it really is.
That shell. Fuck that shell.
You
Dude,
should,
it's like sometimes you'll like lag behind in second just because you're fearing the shell. It's like, okay, I gotta just overtake them at the last minute. Just stay in second for now.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Don't want to get that shell.
At least they give you a way to defend yourself against it in 8.
Dude, it was so shit like when you were just racing like one-on-one and then you saw their ass get the shell and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do. You're just like, man, fuck that.
You know it's coming at you. Like, unless you have the horn. If you've got the horn and
See,
you...
but I'm talking before the horn was like a
Oh, yeah.
thing. I'm talking like 64 and shit.
Yeah, they've at least given you a way to defend yourself against it now. But it's rare for you. If you're in first place, it's rare for you to get anything but like a green shell or like a coin or whatever out of the
So
things.
basically, if you get a horn, you just have to hold on to the fucking
Yeah, so you got to get a horn when you're like in sixth place and just hold on to it and not use it the whole game. And then if you're in first, you've got one chance to blow away a fucking blue shell. If you blow it right before it hits you, it bounces off of your fucking horn and you can keep going. So that's your only hope. But it's just bullshit. It's a pipe dream. Because you can also use the horn to knock away anybody that's around you and make them slow down. So it's like too tempting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody's about to pass you. And,
Plus, you can't use any other shit, and it's like they're.
well, you've got 2 slots.
Oh yeah, that's right. They got 2 slots now.
Yeah.
That's a cool addition. I didn't really figure out how to switch between them though.
Yeah, there's the other triggers let you choose which one's active. And then the left bumper fires them.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a fun game, and there's a lot of cool courses and shit, and a lot of like room for salt in it. And they're constantly releasing new courses and updates for the Switch. So I'm just gonna get a Switch and shit, I think. I'm just gonna save up for a little bit and get a Switch. Then we can do like one of us can, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Like if we do it here, we could probably do it split screen, but I don't know, the Switch might have a way to hook up like 3 different displays to it. So each player can have their own display. So we can just do it at the fucking studio, you know?
That'd be cool.
And then we could edit it together at the end with each of our displays and a face cam for each of us or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, dude, that would be a rage fest. There would be tears and punches thrown
Just
and
screaming at
threats,
each other.
and screaming and yelling and crying probably and bitching and moaning and
Paul acting like a petulant child.
oh yeah, for sure, dude, 100%. That's
And me
guaranteed.
coming up without.
If you're able to get good enough to even fucking challenge me.
And then me coming up. Well, part of the fun for me would be coming up with outrageous excuses as to why I lost.
Whatever.
The
Dude,
more
the
over top,
the
better.
tears of the last place loser, dude. I don't care. Dude, it's when I can't win and somebody beats me that I had when I'm forced to be in that position. That's the worst. The worst thing you can do against me in a video game is beat me. Because if I beat you, all the shit you talk just bounces right off of me because my shit don't stink when I'm in first place, dude. You know, I'll just be like, the best you'll get out of me is just, you be like, oh man, you're a fucking faggot. And I'll be like, dude, if I'm a fucking faggot, then get over here and suck my dick, bitch, because I'm in first. The first place guy gets his dick sucked, so come over here and suck this faggot's dick, bitch.
I just be like coming up with excuses why you didn't really win.
I mean, I'd just go back to the score screen and say, what does it say right there? First, Paul Zigo? All right. I guess I trust the game to fucking keep an accounting of this better than you. But whatever, let's run it back, and then I'll beat you again.
You know my controller's fucked up, dude.
Whatever.
Several times about this fucking controller.
See, I don't know. I think Scotty could get there. I think you could probably get there to where you could maybe challenge me, but I don't know. I don't think either of you guys got the stuff, dude. I don't think you got the magic touch, man.
Doesn't matter. Because I'll luck into a victory at some point.
I'm telling you, TJ, dude, I've told you about my sad life as a computer technician, right?
Every time I win one, dude.
Dude, I fucking retreated for like 8 months into Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart.
Yep.
So you just disappear.
My life started to revolve around it. Like I would think about it all night, right? And I'd go to bed, dream about it. I'd go to work and I'd think about how I was going to play it when I got home. And then I'd get home and I'd play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Until I was too tired to play Mario Kart and I'd go to bed and it would just, that was the cycle of my life for like 8 months. Dude, there's no way. I don't know. I know how to play it too well. I mean, yeah, maybe you'll blue shell me out of the first place, but you ain't gonna beat me. You ain't gonna beat me no Grand Prix. Ain't gonna happen, dude.
It'll happen, Paul.
It ain't gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna reign supreme, dude. I'm gonna be the champion Mario Kart player forever. Maybe Taylor might beat me though, because she had some. She got funky with it for a couple of times. She focused, like Scotty. Like you and Scotty, when you were playing, I noticed that the failure just built because you were just like, oh, God. You just got more. She I beat her a couple of times, but then she ran it back like 2 races on me. Cause she was just like, she got all quiet and shit, and she was just like, I was like, oh shit. She almost made a comeback. Scotty didn't even know how to drift. No, he knew how to drift, dude. Here's the problem, dude. Taylor exposed what was really going on over at that house. Cause I was like, let me get in on this. Cause I'd watching Taylor play for a while, and Chelsea played for a little bit, and then Ashley played a couple games, and I was like, let me get winner. So Taylor was winning. So I got the controller, and she started the game right, and she picked 100cc, and I was like, they're a 10-year-old coming to play or something? Why are we picking 100cc? And she was like, what? And I was like, dude, I race at 150 minimum. Like, I'll race you at 200 if you want, but like, I don't even race it below 150cc. She's like, oh, okay. Boop, boop. She's like, yeah, we were playing at that, but like, I don't know, dude, like, we slow it down sometimes. But yeah. I was like, easy prey, dude. Easy prey. Yeah, dude, 150cc minimum. Dude, it goes up to 200, and I'll race you at 200 if you want. I don't think either one of us is going to win at 200. It's just retarded, especially with the AI shit. Like, if you do one-on-one, 200 can be fun, but like, with all those other yokels out there with Yoshi fucking goddamn bananas and tornadoes everywhere, it's like, fuck this shit. It's just suicide, but whatever. 150 is like standard. That's like when the game tells you easy, normal, hard. That's like picking normal is 150. Like, I'm not racing them, dude. I'm not putting my training wheels on. Fuck you. I'm not doing a 100cc race. I don't need to warm up. No, dude, there's no way. I'll be the reigning king, dude. The salt will turn into sugar. And it will rain on all of us, dude.
No, dude.
The frustration will build and build week to week as you guys just fail to dethrone me.
Let me tell you a story, dude.
What's that?
There was this fucking stupid little game. It was just like this like shit where you swing from vines onto like you shoot vines and you just keep going, and like the object of the game is just get as far as you can, right?
Yeah.
Swinging from vine to vine. And it was like, you know, it was an amusing little distraction, but for some reason I was really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Like I could just go and go and go and go and go and like natural, like, yeah, this is easy.
You just got the rhythm down or whatever.
Right. It was just like, yo,
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
swing,
Yeah.
swing. And it was like, you know, it was easy to fuck it up, but like, I don't know, I was really good at it. Scotty fucking like sucked at it. Just awful. Like, couldn't even do like 2 vines and just crash.
Right.
It was like watching him play was like pathetic. It was like laughable. Okay. But I was like, man, I'm so much better at this than you, Scotty. You fucking suck. I was like getting like 100,000 miles or whatever the fuck. He'd get like 800. It was fucking like insane. He sucked.
Wow.
Then he fucking just spent like all his time playing that game, night after night, just dedicating himself to it.
And
Until
he
he
like,
got fucking crazy good. And he beat my score. It took him fucking like a month. But he beat me.
damn.
And then I fucking went back and I got really good and beat him.
Oh.
And it was back and forth until finally I just photoshopped some ridiculous number to put it fucking to an end. I'm like, dude, I got like 20 million, dude. You can't beat me.
That's awesome.
To just put, because it was like fucking 6 months of that shit. So I don't know.
That's great, dude.
If we get salty enough, we will devote ourselves. We'll become like,
Well, that's good. Then you will be
Zen
worthy
masters
opponents.
of Mario Kart.
Because
I
I
don't
used
think
to.
it's gonna take that long, Paul. I think here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go in, you'll be all cocky, and at first you'll win a bunch.
Yeah.
But then we'll adjust and we'll start figuring out ways to fuck with you. And just gonna dismantle your game, dude.
Dude, my game can't be dismantled though. Like, it's designed. Like, I play a big fat dude with a big car.
Yeah.
Because I can't be bumped, and if I bump into you, you spin out, and I just keep going. Like, I get the weight advantage. I can't be bullied. I can't be stopped.
You're gonna get fucked fucked
I
up
take the
all-
best lines. I'm the most consistent racer. I use my items intelligently usually. I'm good, dude. I'm just good at the game.
You're gonna be destroyed, Paul. You're gonna be fucking.
We gotta find all these other multiplayer games that are like that, though. Just rotate through them and get really angry at each other. And then we all have a Switch, so we all just practice. It'll be awesome. Like how TJ builds himself some master strategist. Remember the pole? Mario Party, yeah, dude. Mario Party would be a good one. I played a few rounds of that. You can actually play it online, too. I played some, like, emulator Mario Party, and it is a salty fucking game. It sucks, though. Oh, man. It's fun, but it sucks. Dude, I'm so dehydrated. I need to just drink like 8 glasses of ice water before I go to bed tonight. So my voice is okay for tomorrow. Because, yeah, dude, I don't know why, but I just keep sucking down glass after glass of this ice water, so my lips are all dry. It's the lack of humidity, I'm sure. Yeah, I've acclimated to the constant, like, 90% humidity of Louisiana. And now that I'm in a place that has no humidity, I'm like, oh. Little lips are a little dry, and I'm just constantly thirsty. I'm a vocalist, and when I went on tour with my band, I learned the key to resting your voice is getting 8 hours of sleep. Well, yeah, luckily I don't have to get up super early tomorrow, so if I went to bed right now, I'd get about 12 hours of sleep, so I'm fine.
Yeah, Hitler is pretty cool. Good point.
What? I didn't say that. You said that, you fucking piece of shit.
I don't know. I was talking about from our conversation earlier. Sorry.
What, dude? We never had that conversation.
What? You convinced me, dude. I said Hitler.
You've
sucks.
convinced your own foolish self.
I made Hitler Galen's desktop, dude.
Dude, what are you gonna get? Are you gonna give me any gifts or whatever for saving your ass today?
What'd you save my ass
Do you remember when okay, so your dumb ass walked up to Baphomet
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and stared him in the face and
No,
took,
I killed one of his
Right.
drum-playing acolytes.
right, and then he looked at you and did like half your life points of
It
damage.
wasn't even close to half, dude.
How many hit points do you have?
I had 19.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good actually. You're beefy fuck. You need to start standing in front of shit. I only have 10 hit points.
You only have 10.
Like I'm mostly a caster. I can turn into a bear and shit, but I can claw people and it's fun, but I'm not like a big beefcake, dude. You're the beefcake of the group.
Yeah, but I'm evil, so why would I protect you?
Damn it.
Stevie tried to make me chaotic neutral, but I said no, I want to be chaotic evil.
Yeah, he really didn't want to do evil. You and fucking Scotty both stymied him on that because he's like, there's all kinds of weird shit you can't, like, because evil characters can crush some content, and some content just destroys them totally. So it's like you have to design it around evil characters, but druids can't be evil. But it doesn't really matter for me. I'm true neutral, so I can be in a party with anybody. Except a chaotic evil, I think. Whatever, he made allowance. TJ's a white maid. No, TJ's a fighter named Dildonicus. And he has a giant dildo axe, a dildaxe, and a dildo in his asshole. And
on my Viking hat.
And he's got a Viking hat, but instead of horns, he's got 2 big dildos. Yeah.
Maybe I'll let Stevie turn me back to chaotic neutral.
But anyway, going back to my self-aggrandizing shit, you stared in the eyes, like, so you killed one of Baphomet's drummers and drew his ire, and he looked at you and did fucking so much damage to you that you were numb.
Yeah.
And I fucking was a bear, and I charged in there heroically, fucking grabbed you, and managed to escape all damage for both of us and run out the fucking door before Baphomet killed us all.
Well, like, you're the healer, right? I mean, you have healing.
Yeah,
powers.
I'm the healer. That means I shouldn't be running in and fucking heroically saving everybody. Dude, I caught
fucking Scotty's ass before he cracked his skull on the floor. You remember that shit? You tried to trip me, and I fucking punched you in the face and vaulted over fucking dumbass fucking Taylor, who was also trying to help and critically failed.
Dude, you know what sucks? I had a fucking special ability or whatever the fuck it's called that would have like totally tripped you that I didn't even think to use.
See, you
I
gotta.
could have totally stopped you from saying Scotty, dude.
That would have been great. He would have just he was just taken like 5 fucking points of damage and been all damaged and shit. But yeah, dumbass Taylor fell out of her cage. The only one that couldn't figure out how to at least get rescued. And took 5 points of damage. Only had 10 hit points. I think she had less. I think she has like 8 hit points at level 1. She's a rogue. So she's like almost dead. And then I roll a natural 20 on my heal check and manage to heal all her damage. So thank God they had me. Dude, Hero Paul saved the day.
Yeah, Paul was the support. Paul, like, my character didn't even want to be on a team, so it was
Yeah,
pretty much like
TJ was actively working against everybody. Like, if he rolled well on a knowledge check or something, he would never share with us what he knew, so he's a piece of shit, dude. Scotty's a piece of shit too, because he's lawful evil, so that means he's pretending to be good. But he's really, his machinations are like self-serving and he's planning to murder us all. Like at the first opportunity he sees to get us all killed and have him escape with all our loot, he's gonna do it. And then TJ's just retarded. TJ's just gonna be like raping people openly and he's gonna be a total liability. I can see why Stevie put us out in the woods. This one ended up with us in the woods, so there's not gonna be much raping and pillaging TJ can do, but I'm sure he'll figure out a way to be fucking evil. Ashley's just like a demon child. So she's running around taking pot shots at things with a gun, and Taylor's a retarded rogue. She just like, every time there's like, Stevie's campaign was fun, but it was filled with like, there's an obvious evil path and an obvious good path. And we would all be like, all right, we're going to go down the path that doesn't reek of evil. And then Taylor was like, nope, I want to go down the path that reeks of evil and obvious death and traps and shit. And we'd be like, what? And we're like, all right, well, we're going the other way. She's like, I'm going alone. I'm like, that you're just going to die. And then, like, she would almost die, and I'd have to rush in as a bear and grab her and defeat some goblin or some shit, carry her dumb ass out of there. Half fucking conscious, poisoned or something. She's just fucking, she's a total liability, man. She's a rogue and like, she only snuck once to scout ahead. Like, and Scotty had to tell her to do it. Scotty was like, Taylor, you should use your stealth and like sneak ahead and see what's going on. She did. And then she was like, I want to take a fucking sneak attack. And I was like, okay, good. She's finally going to do some shit. Maybe she'll kill one of these goblins up here. And she fucking rolls a natural 1. And her bow breaks, and she just alerts them. So she's the worst rogue ever. She like snuck up. She rolls a nice roll, sneaks up. They don't know she's there. She could have like snuck back to us and been like, "Here are these 2 guys," but no, she's like, "I'm gonna take the shot." Rolls a 1 and fucks herself. So it's gonna be fun though, because like it's fun to have that liability character. But yeah, Scotty's a badass. Scotty just like. He doesn't have many spells right now, but because he's only a level 1 wizard, but when he does get to cast a spell, it pretty much kills whatever he aims it at. So the final encounter of this whole fucking campaign we did tonight was like 2 demon dudes, and Scotty just like crit one of them with a fucking like ray of whatever it was, ray of fucking lava or some shit, and just burned it to cinders. And then TJ fucking smashed the other one.
Wait,
No, Ashley blew its fucking legs off.
Yeah.
And then you intimidated it and interrogated it and shit. Ashley tried to snipe one of its feet to like disable it and rolled a 20. And blew both of its legs off. And then TJ ran up and grabbed it and braced it. And I think Taylor maybe or somebody interrogated it.
I picked a fight with a super powerful demon that could have like easily killed us all.
I rolled a retarded 20 to get you out of that too.
to us beyond that. We just kind of ran by. He's like, eh.
Dude, Stevie didn't want me to make that roll too, dude. He was like, all right, if you want to get out with him and you grab him and get out of there with no damage, you're going to have to give me like an 18. And I rolled a 20. And he was like, what the fuck? All right, you do it perfectly. And I was like...
Poor Stevie, dude.
It was badass, dude. Dude, DMs hate it when you roll a 20, though. Because it's like their worst nightmare, because they don't get to fuck with you at all. They have to make you like a superhero. Like, all right, TJ, you do 3 backflips over the ogre and grab it by both its horns and break its neck instantly. And then immediately flex when you land and your dick falls out of your pants and it's like 12 inches. And everybody goes, dude, what a big dick. You know what I mean? That's why 20s are great. We rolled so many tonight, dude. Dude, the 20s are fun, but dude, they get the paybacks with the ones because they always fuck you with that shit. You roll a 1 and it's just like...
He was reasonably merciful, man.
Yeah, but he fucked... Who did he fuck? He fucked somebody pretty hard with a 1.
It was me.
What did you get with a 1? Yeah,
I dropped my fucking... I want to take my axe and intimidation.
Oh, that's right.
I fucking just dropped the axe.
Dude.
My voice cracked as I told him, oh, you listen to me now.
Dude, TJ was salty because my character was saving everybody, so people were following me down the hall, and he was like, I want to walk up to that bear and intimidate him and tell him I run this fucking outfit. And so he has intimidation as a skill and everything. He's got ranks in it, and he just fucking throws a 1. And so Stevie's like, all right, you walk up to the bear and you have your axe, but you fumble it and drop it, and then your voice cracks, and you're like, hey, you listen to me now. And I was just like, the bear just looks at you and walks on.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was horrible.
It was fun, dude. It was good times.
Man, that sucked.
Do whatever. I could have easily rolled 1s on any of my attempts. I just lucked out tonight.
And then Taylor rolled that 1.
Oh my God.
He was pretty merciful.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't want to kill anybody, I don't think. He was hoping we all survived this, but Taylor did everything in her power to die tonight, including running down the gullet of an obvious giant worm. I'm going down there.
This room is evil and filled with strange lights.
Yeah, it's like the bear that's with you that has supernatural sense smelled something evil down there and smells like fresh air from the other hole. I'm going down the evil hole alone. It's like...
Let's not do that. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
The bear should have been gorilla. I wish, dude, maybe Stevie will let me change my fucking form to a gorilla. Because that would be awesome. But right now, I'm just a big stinky bear. Hey, Paul, I just wanted to thank you all for uploading content while you guys are in LA. Your dedication is insane. Well, thank you. Glad you guys are here and enjoying it and whatever, dude. I wasn't going to bed anyway, so it's not like I'm putting myself out all that much, but it's fun. So, yep.
It's fun to murder people.
That's true, Jim. Well, you're going to have to get at that, this next one. We ended up in my forest, dude. My home forest, though. I know all the good trees are where you can scratch your ass if you want to scratch your ass.
Good trees, man.
Yeah, meetup is tomorrow night. You guys, well, $10 patrons specifically will definitely get some green room streamage. But I'm sure you guys will get content, all of you, in chunks throughout the day. And some of you might even be there tomorrow, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and end this shit now. Have a good night and talk to you soon. Bye.